Be long, Madam President, but I do want to say, when I stood here 3 hours ago and started this conversation, I expected to have a robust conversation on it, and I appreciate the debate. It makes me stronger, it helps our public who's watching, and it also, for me, the residents who live in the mobile park know that I am a ride or die. I will fight hard for what is right, and I believe this agreement that is mutual, and that's part of the process, and that's part of bipartisan support. That is what happens when you listen to both sides and you try to figure out what's the best solution, and they come up with an agreement. And I just want to say, I'm honored to be able to stand here and speak for this, because Bridgeport, Trumbull, and Monroe, we don't have mobile homes, right? But I appreciate that people can have a piece of property, live in a community like that, and own it. There are over 200 mobile parks in Connecticut, and 10,000 homes in those parks. And what I heard, and I heard from hundreds of people who gave real testimony, not about somebody else's story, but their own story about the fear of someone coming in, buying it, raising the rents on them, not fixing up the properties the way they should. I listened to all those people, and I believe they were telling their true story, and they were asking for help. And I agreed to help them, along with my co-chair and with the advocates and with the associations. I heard it said that we stand here and we do this work, and we may not be representing everybody. I represent 100,000 people just like everybody here. Those associations, when they put those people in place to represent them, they trust them the same way they trust us to represent them when we come into this circle. They trust those associations to represent them. And that is why I listen to both the associations, because I believe the people hired them or appointed them to speak on their behalf. And that's true representation, when someone speaks on your behalf but listens to both sides of it. There are 169 towns. There are 50 towns in Connecticut that have mobile units, and some have more than others. Actually, I don't know where Sterling, Connecticut is. I'm going to admit that. But they have 4 mobile homes. So I'm guessing it's very rural, right? And people appreciate the land. I hear that often. And land has become so valuable that if there's an opportunity to buy your property and be the owner and to take care of and maintain it, then this is a wonderful opportunity for those people. And I listened to my good Senator Kelly yesterday when he talked about bipartisan support, right? And I know some people voted for the bill at the end of the day. And to me, it appeared somewhat bipartisan, because I think they listened to what he said in the argument. I would urge my colleagues today that in all these towns where there are mobile homes, Wyndham, Wallingford, Shelton, Naugatuck, Montville, Killingworth, Danbury, Wallingford, Vernon, Milford, Danbury, Colchester, Norwich, East Hartford, Groton, and Southington. Think about those constituents that live in those mobile homes who are depending on you to represent them. And I urge you to support this bill.